In a short time, Americans will be choosing their next president. This new resident of the Oval Office will decide who sits on the U.S. Supreme Court. This will likely impact the next 20 years of federal laws. This week, we're talking to average citizens about what issues are most important to them and what they feel is at stake in the election. Do you feel that your vote is important in the election?
100%. The last couple elections, presidential elections came down to, a couple thousands votes.
500 votes in Florida and thousands of votes in Ohio. We would have had different election results.
I think it counts 100%.
I also think it's important that, I think we always focus on the presidential elections because they're the biggest, they're the most significant, that's what most people focus on. But also, we elect, senators, representatives, and state and local officials that
100%.
also have sometimes even bigger direct impacts on our lives and on our communities in creating, communities that can value and respect life. So, and especially in those contexts, it's a much smaller group of people that are voting, so your vote counts more. Recognizing if I'm one of 300 million Americans who can vote in the presidential election, it's important. It's not likely that my vote's going to tip the scale in that case, but it very well might in a House race or in a local election part of my community where they're going to be making decisions, obviously not about whether or not abortion is going to be legal or not, but they'll make decisions. Restrictions, but also they'll make decisions on how are we going to spend our local tax dollars? Are we going to spend them in a way that promotes and subsidizes abortion, or are we going to spend them in a way that promotes and subsidizes choosing life?
Do you see any other ways in which a new president could impact the future of our nation regarding abortion?
If we do away with the funding, I know we have just suffered here in our state. They've taken our state money and given it to Planned Parenthood when we tried to prevent it, and we weren't able to do that. If he can be a shining light for life, a president that would be strong on that, maybe he can encourage the things to be done that are trying to get done. And there's a lot of good people out there working in the Congress trying to pass bills and stuff to curtail this terrible Holocaust.
So you're saying the president should be able to help defund the abortion industry, in effect?
Yes. Yeah, I would hope so, yes.
So Dolores, how would you say it matters to our nation if we have a president who holds traditional moral values versus one who doesn't?
It brings us up to the higher good, and it uplifts us to see a president that respects his family, respects and loves his country, and is there to serve, not for a political future.
On November 4th, America's building blocks, people just like you, will head to the voting booths to elect the next leader of our nation. Will the next president represent your morals and values? As a voter, that's entirely up to you. When we come back, Maria challenges Congress to set aside politics on the life issues. Shirley discusses her views on democracy, and the Millers encourage people to rekindle their pride in America. Plus, your chance to win a free laptop computer. All this when we return.